What's good, nation of KAMBUF? This is King KAMBUF, 100 proof. Always bringing you nothing but the truth. I want to talk to you guys about nation building and economy building and the importance of us as what we like to call ourselves as black people, but we're KAMBUF. But the importance of establishing our own economy systems, from currency to agriculture to protective services, militias, to infrastructures like hospitals and schools. All of these things are very important, and to get to a point where we can have our own economic system. And I've come up with a way that we can actually do that if we're willing to support each other. If you're willing to support the nation of KAMBUF. The nation of KAMBUF, with all of its visions and dreams and institutions and networks of systems that we're setting up, from reserve banks to a national for-profit corporation, to being able to provide our own services and construction and manufacturing and productions. These are called economic systems, domestic products. Now, how can we do that? Let me tell you. It's called becoming a member, making a commitment to a cause. What is the cause? The cause is the nation of KAMBUF. Becoming a member of the nation of KAMBUF. And it's simple too. Now, if we went pie in the sky, we would be talking 40 plus million people in America alone that, if decided to run and back and support a nation building program opportunity that's been established by myself, King KAMBUF, in the efforts to create this nation, a nation that I see that is equivalent to, or should be equivalent to, or should be looked at as in the same way as a Jewish state of Israel, but right here in America. A nation within a nation. And it's not far-fetched. There are Native American cousins have a nation within this nation. Many nations within this nation, because they all are of nations. We should have our own nation as well. That doesn't mean that we are separating ourselves fully from the American dream. No, we're actually taking advantage of the American dream. The American dream, where anything is possible, where we can create our own. And we know the long history of what is America and the bullshit that white folks has subjected us to. And this is no hate on white folks whatsoever. This is just acknowledgement of facts. And for us, and for America to truly be as great as it can be, we have to stand up and nationalize ourselves. We have to finally come together and bring forth an effort to create a nation within a nation. A nation that will allow us to create domestic products and institutions where we can thrive like corporate white America thrives in their culture. You know, they always love to use that word. It's a culture that we have. We know what culture that is. We need to have our own systems and ways and economical systems that create a unique, branded, inclusive culture for ourselves where we can thrive as well. So, not to drag on and go too deep, I'm gonna be doing lots of videos like this, and I just want you to be the first to hear it from me that what this program is and how simple the solution truly is if we can come out of this crab barrel, everybody doing the same thing but separately attitude. People want to get mad because individuals like Jay Morrison or other entrepreneurs or black dreamers have come to you with plans of grandeur to take monies and invest, and because it doesn't work, then we want to call them out as frauds and this and that and the other. And you know, I don't know the full situation or whatnot, and I'm not saying that people can't fraud, but we have to understand, to get anywhere, we have to dare to be great. We have to be able to take that chance, and we have to be able to back each other up, regardless of whether the plan succeeds or fails. And we can't get stuck in the attitude that failure is the end all or the excuse to not to try. We've gotten just a little bit too comfortable. Our ancestors weren't comfortable. War is not comfortable, and I'm not advocating war, but I'm saying war is not comfortable. The struggle is not comfortable. Achieving stuff isn't comfortable. It's an attitude of wanting to thrive and succeed, wanting to be better, not just for ourselves, but for our future selves, our children, their children's children, and so on. And we're not gonna do that in a country that was founded on our backs and continuously tries to put us on our backs, as our boy Wilder says to this day. So I'm asking you to come out of your shells, to break out your cocoons, and to truly start to take your brother's hands, not just ideologically, but financially, fiscally. Sacrifice is real. And because we live in a world where the almighty dollar is what we dance for, we have to create a world where the almighty helping hand, the almighty scratching your brother's back, the almighty barn raising, the almighty laboring for independence, standing alone, not separate, but to create our own, that we can then the same way we're able to make monies and make commodities off of our musics, our arts, our entertainments, our sporting events, as athletes and the whole world comes to adore and spend their money at these events. We need to back each other in the same way. These are products that we own. Our music we own. Our athletes we own. Our entertainers we own. These are our domestic products. Just on that surface level. Now we're talking about on a foundational level. Schools, hospitals, community programs, sovereign protective forces, militias. These are our products as well, and we can monetize them and strengthen them to be great amongst ourselves. And then control it ourselves and sell it back to America or the rest of the world. And they may try to boycott. They may try to, we're not going to support that. When have they ever? So that's why it's so important for us to support ourselves. I don't have nothing against people, no matter what color you are. That's not the message here. The message here is about black people coming together and rebranding ourselves as a nation within a nation of KAMBUF people, citizens. And to take that nation and market it to the world, market it to ourselves. So how do we do that? 40 million of us are in this country. And if we could get this is top of the sky, pie in the sky stuff. I'm just saying though, but let the numbers speak for themselves. If we could get every citizen, KAMBUF citizen, black American in this country to commit to giving the nation of KAMBUF $1.50 a month. That's a income into our nation of over $40 million a month that we can now invest. Invest in the things that will provide returns, profits, that will help bolster an economy within this economy, but it will be our economy. And it'll serve us to give us items and products, if not free, but for lower costs, and a plethora of other products that we can then sell to the world that will bring profits back into our nation, where we can foster our own ideas alongside each other. This isn't about saying that we don't work for the Microsofts or the Boeings or the US governments or the Googles and the Apples or the Lockheed Martins or Teslas and NASAs of the world. But we should have a department within all of those American corporations too. There's something very, very special about going to an HBCU because we're around our people and we thrive. And then we leave and we get stuck in the corporate America where we're not around our people and we get drowned out. Our ideas get stolen, our ideas get stumped on. We get put into a corner in a box designing toilets. Our greatest attribute is our ability to come together and work together. And then, with a built nation and a strong foundation, we can come back to America as Americans, but as nation of KAMBUF citizens that bring a whole new dynamic of invention, of products to the world. So what does this mean? Simply put, I've created a membership program. And if you see here, this membership program is under the Apostle card. So what I'm asking is that we become apostles for the nation of KAMBUF. And if you ever see this card, then I suggest you look at it. I suggest you put it up on your wall. I suggest you savor it and save it and cherish it. Scan the barcode on it. Log in and support. So let me read you what the card says. Become a member and apostle of the nation of KAMBUF, the nation of United African Kingdoms of KAMBUF. This is an economy and nation building loyalty program. The KAMBUF Apostle Card 1.0. It's time for all black people to unite and for the world to support our efforts. And there has never been a better time in the history of this world for us to reclaim who we are. Now, what this does, and the special thing about it, is that it's an economy building card. So, in this video, there'll be links in the comments up above in the post to the website that you can follow and that you can sign up. On the smallest level, we want you to be disciples of the nation of KAMBUF. Disciples meaning that you're committed to giving to the nation of KAMBUF, our people, $1.50 a month. Now what the Apostle Card does is it takes those that have entrepreneurial spirit, that are hustlers out there, that want to really be the voice of this nation, to be able to help buy in and get rewards. So I've created this program where it costs $150. And with that $150, what I'll do is I will send you 500 of these cards for you to distribute. On the back, will be a barcode. And because the writing's backwards and everything in the camera, we'll flip it. Hopefully it'll come out right. But you'll have what is called a tracking ID. In this card here, the tracking ID is King KAMBUF. If you can see it right there. The tracking ID is King KAMBUF. When you order as an apostle, your name will be up there. And when you hand these cards out to people, the goal is to get them to become members of the nation of KAMBUF. If they become a member of the nation of KAMBUF and they pay a year membership, which would be $1.50 times 12, so that's what, $18 a year, or they just pay on it every single month $1.50. For every membership that comes from one of these disciple cards that has your tracking ID to it, the nation of KAMBUF in the month of December, when we close out our books, will send you $1.50 for every membership that was open and held open for a year that came from the card that you distributed out. To get these cards, again, it's $150, and I'll send you a pack of 500 cards. Now, that doesn't mean that only 500 people can sign up under your membership package. No, these cards are perpetual, and these cards can sign up thousands of people. There's no limit. As long as they put your tracking ID into the system when they become a member and hold that membership for a year, we'll send $1.50 to you for every membership that is held off of your tracking ID number. To me, this is brilliant. Not only are we establishing a nation through the effort of passing out cards, but we're also creating an economy in the process. Because all that money that comes into the nation of KAMBUF will be for building and establishing our nation. And with your efforts, you'll be able to but you'll be able to partake in that reward as well. So for instance, if you took this card to the barbershop and it happened to pass through 20 people's hands, this one card, and all those 20 people signed up and became a member of the nation of KAMBUF, then, and they held that membership for a year, meaning they either paid outright the $18 or they paid the $1.50 per month each month for a year. At the end of that year, we would send you a check or deposit into your account $30 just for handing out this card. Not just for handing out the card, but just for handing out the card and the person that receives the card from you taking action on it. This right here is revolutionary. And if you truly want to climb out the fucking barrel, then support these efforts. This shit is not in no one's hands but ours. Running around, screaming, hoping, praying for reparations. Yes, we are absolutely owed it. But we need to create our own reparations. And this right here is a step, a dig, a form, a pour in the right direction to building that reparation foundation that we can build temples on. I'm King KAMBUF from the nation of KAMBUF. And I'm asking you to support the nation of KAMBUF. Follow the links in this post. Become an apostle of the nation of KAMBUF. Follow the links. Purchase your apostle membership packages. $150 for the package. I'll send you 500 of these cards that you can distribute out. And for every card that you distribute out and a membership is held or open because of it, and mind you, these memberships, they don't just have to be black people. Everybody can be a member of the nation of KAMBUF. But understand that this here is the nation of United African Kingdoms of KAMBUF, which means this is our nation. Our nation. Our nation of what? Our nation of the total diaspora across this world that has been spread out. Seattle, Tacoma is the national capital of the nation of KAMBUF. The Democratic Republic of the Congo itself in the heart of Africa, is where we want to establish as our center, and a recognition of Ethiopia as our holy land. This is the time. Now is the time for us to stop all the talking, to stop all the whining, to stop all the, well, they owe us this and shit, and do for ourselves. There was a new song that came out. Try that in a small town. Now, we've had towns burnt down. And we're going to reestablish those towns. Try that in our towns. And I promise you, we'll burn this whole bitch down. King KAMBUF, 100 proof. Nothing but the truth.